professor, physician, epidemiologist. I am Dr. Sri Banerjee. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, core faculty for the College of Health Sciences and Public Policy at Walden University. This video specifically I'm making to try to orient people, students, researchers, those that are first getting into the area of public health or in medicine, nursing, whatever it may be, to the Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality, AHRQ. Now, with my years of experience working with the CDC and other public health agencies slash organizations, the development of toolkits are something that is seen as extremely essential and important. Honestly, with my conversations with some of some medical colleagues in Caribbean medical schools, I've found that they value toolkits to be especially important as well. So this one particular toolkit I wanted to talk about a little bit so that you could get a feel or sense of how toolkits work, and then I'm going to go into an actual toolkit checklist, which can give you the necessary tools yourself, then which you can use to create and build your own toolkit. So this is kind of an exciting sort of talk. So this was based on a $23 million patient safety and medical liability grant. And this is basically optimal communication resolution process. There's about 8 modules with all of this, and using the Candor system. There's investigation, analysis, response, and disclosure, and then resolution. So the details of this toolkit, of course, and the implementation can all be found over here. So you can kind of look at the introduction. Despite the national attention that was given to patient safety, the problems associated with injury and harm due to process of the patient care persist. So persistence of harm during patient care is what this was used to kind of track and understand a little bit better of. So here's some assessments, and you can actually conduct a gap analysis. And this is kind of a neat little guide where they go into a facilitator's guide. So if you haven't worked with gap analyses before, then this can really set you up and give you what you need to create a gap analysis. Here's some structured interview questions for this. So anyway, I'm getting too much into the weeds here, but here's Candor communication, and here's a Candor toolkit case studies. So you can kind of go into these case studies and see where Candor is used. So this is another neat trick and tool where, and I'm going to end with this, is where you can actually search case studies. And by searching case studies, this is another one of my personal favorite ways through which you can understand and learn about chronic diseases in a more specific manner. And of course, I did promise I was going to show you the toolkit checklist. So let me transition over to that. So what are some things that you've seen already? One, you've seen how to maneuver through this AHRQ database, how to find resources there, and more importantly, more definitions that are crucial to understanding chronic diseases, and ones that kind of come in families and related chronic diseases. So the third part is, of course, now I'm looking at a checklist. Of course, table 1 looks at, is this a toolkit? So there's 3 checklists here, actually. It's one, is this a checklist to begin with? I mean, is this a toolkit to begin with? Uh, so the second one is so the first one is this a toolkit? So have you verified it doesn't exist? Research generate multiple action-oriented tools. Like maybe there's a specific procedure, protocol, structured activities. The reason I like the toolkits more so than like research activities is because there's a little bit more flexibility, perhaps. Now, having a research product at the end, of course, is ideal as well. But this can be an intermediary project before getting to a final project. Toolkit content checklist. This is an important one. It says 10 items. Actually, this has 12 items, and these 12 items are good to go through. For instance, looking at the purpose, explanation for using the toolkit, toolkit task based. Is it task based? Does the toolkit provide a series of steps to follow? So this is something I'm familiar with. I've written business plans actually before, and this is kind of similar to that in a way. Um, then the final tool checklist was making sure to answer yes to any of these like organization kind of considerations, like is it in a contents map, is there some sort of table of contents, appropriate users are using it, design considerations, very much what's the font being used, is it 508 compliant or organizational hierarchy, bold italics were appropriate. There's about 9 questions here, and then language considerations too. So there's 7 language considerations that this ends with. So it's about a 7-page toolkit checklist. Very important, very informative. I urge you to, when you get a chance, to kind of go through these, each of these, and take a look at them separately, and find out what these toolkits are requiring, and make your own. You have immense opportunities to make them. So go ahead, get started today, and make your own toolkit. Thank you for listening.